Let me tell you about Twint today. Twint is an open source Python library which is hosted on GitHub. It it is a front end scraping tool for Twitter as against the standard API based things. So you can use it both as a command line interface or through code. The main advantage you have got with Twint is because it uses the front end scraping and not the standard Twitter API. There is no limit to the data which you can extract. See, unless there are some cases where Twint itself restricts the data input. Excluding those cases, you can extract whatever you want. Installation is straightforward, just like any other Python library. It requires Python 3.6 and the mentioned libraries. Notice the last one is Google Translate and not by Google Translate. Once this is over, issue the standard installation command pip to install the library. Your work is done there. I came across this colorful Twitter handle Captain Rashid 3. I'll be using this for my testing demonstration. The reason why I picked this is the number of follows and the number of following. It's a very small handle. Probably you can do whatever you want using this handle. On command line, Twint uses three major flags: -u for username, -s for string, and -o for output file. There is another one -g for geolocation where you pass the latitude, longitude, and position, but I don't think it's much useful here. Okay, now how to use Twint. Twint -u username. This is the most basic command which you can issue. Basically, what it does is it lists out all the tweets which the user made. But remember, this query is going to take some considerable time to run. Probably it's because of the front-end scraping mechanism which they are using. Finally, some data. Let me kill the session. There is too much data now. It's following a standard layout here. If you notice, first is the tweet number, then is the date timestamp, then is the user ID, and finally the tweet. Now let me select a random word. Amazing. That should be fine, right? Okay, go for the next command. Now I'll introduce a string. So basically what I am saying is I am asking the query to return only the data with the word amazing tweeted by this user. If there is a special character or if there is a space, you need to enclose them in double quotes. This is more useful. This query is more useful for hashtag analysis and such. See, there are only 3 or 4 tweets with this user. Now I'll remove the user ID. I'll run it only for this string by any user. Okay, there is data. Kill the session. Now run it only for verified users. See, there are many such flags which are used by Twint. You can get them either on the website or in the wiki. Okay, sorry, spelling mistake. Okay, data only by verified users for this particular string. Okay, now let me verify whether this user is a verified user or not. So the user is verified. Now let me go for the next command. What I will do is I'll try to send this as an output to a text file. -o is the flag. Okay, now if you look at the file, it's a tab separated file. Same data, tweet ID, timestamp, user, and actual tweet. Now export it as CSV. Similar command and similar data. Okay, my work is done and I killed the command. Now do it for JSON. Not much difference. Now if you look at the files, is my CSV. Fine, this is my data. But there are more number of columns here. It looks like this is the full template layout. Go for JSON. Okay, same data, different layout. So probably you'll be going for either a CSV or a JSON. In fact, you can run these commands from a system like Tableau, which has got its own command line interface, instead of depending on terminal or whatever. Okay, let's go ahead. I can do a time restriction using the flag since standard date type string format. See, the same queries I can run it against a particular user or against a particular string. There is no difference at all. Now, if I want to pull out the user profile, the flag which I will use is user hyphen full. See the data, username, handle name, handle, whether it is private and verified. See the data there. Handle description, private and verified, biography, location, URL, when did the user join, and all this information. Another important thing here is avatar. If you check what's there, it's a profile picture. OpenCV or Pandas anyone. Now you can run the same query on the followers of the user, both followers as well as following. The query is taking some time. Let me try to run through something else on this. So now if you look at this particular command, twint -g to latitude, longitude and distance for geography specific tweets. Now if you look at this one, if you give profile full, it will give you the data along with retweets. Again, you have a command for retweets, you have a command for favorites. It is a standard layout. If you go to wiki, it will give you even more data. Load it into an SQLDB and link it to Elasticsearch. These are some useful things. I won't prefer this, but if you still want to go for a proper program in Python, this is how you are doing it. Import Twint. See, twint.run.search. This is the most important thing here. This is the one which is invoking your execution run. User list is another interesting function. Instead of passing a username, you can pass a list of users as an input file and process it. Twint also gives me a facility to translate tweets. Realistically, when you kill the spellings and when you type all sorts of words like house you or short forms like BTFL for beautiful or spellings like LYF, I don't know what a translator can do in that case. There's a very nice use case presented by an open source handle by name Bellingcat. Basically, there he was trying to identify a trend and analyze it. It was a Chinese sponsored trend. If you look at it, he used Gephi for visualizations. See, if you look at the image, it is clear here that these are the nodes from which the data is radiating. So how are you doing it? You identify a handle and its followers. You identified a keyword and try to time it. So this is one of the main and most important ways you can use this tool. Finally, it's up to you how do you want to do it. For market analysis or open source intelligence, it's up to you.